Hi, let's solve a variant Sudoku. This is a killer cage Sudoku, which is some of my favorite type, which is why you've seen it so much on the channel. Killer cage Sudoku minus the killer clues. Okay, but each cage's digits sum to the same total. What is that total? Yeah, it's at least 15. And it is at most 24. Okay. It can't be exactly 24, because then this would be 789, this would be 789, and this is impossible. Actually, we can say one better. If this were 23, we'd have the same contradiction. If this were 22, there's two different ways to make three digits add to 22. You can do 985 or 967. Is that right? 13 plus 9. Yeah. Okay. So then this would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Both of these have a 9, so this would be a 9, this would be a 9, and this would be the pairs. That is valid, but then this would also have a 9. Okay, so there can't be any. Yes, yes. Okay, looking at these three triples, if there is a forced 9 in the 3-cell cage, then we'd have 3 9s in 2 columns, which is clearly impossible. Therefore, that is not a forced 9, therefore it is at most 21. Is 21 even possible? So one of these three has to be a 6, 7, 8. Feeling like this one is a 6, 7, 8. I feel like that makes it work. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 5 or less. What do you do? 5, 7, 9. And then this is 4, 8. And since this is not 6, 7, 8, this is a 9. This can't be 4, 8. Ooh. Ooh. If it's 21, 6, 7, 8 fails here. Let me review that reasoning. Suppose it's 21, and suppose this triple is 6, 7, 8. This cannot be 6, 7, 8, and this cannot be 6, 7, 8. Therefore, they both contain a 9. Since this contains a 9, these are not a 9, therefore this is a 9. Therefore, this is a 9. Since this is not 6, 7, 8, this is a 9. I guess it could be 4, 8, 5, 7. Well, this is 1, 2, 3, because there's no 1, 2, or 3 in a 3-cell cage adding up to 21, right? 3 plus 18, 3 and 2 9s, impossible. So this is 4, 5, 4, 5. 5 goes with 7, 4 goes with 8. 7, 8 pair. And then this is 4, 5, or 6. And that doesn't work. But it only disproves this from being a 6, 7, 8. Still conditional on the cage adding up to 21. So this is a 9, therefore we have at most 1 9 between these. So one of those is a 6, 7, 8. If this is 6, 7, 8, this is a 9. Again, have 1, 2, 3. I think at some point I should properly add these, right? If they are 21kh, and these are the digits 4 through 9, which adds up to 39. 45 minus 6, 39, okay. These are the digits 4 through up minus one of those digits. So the maximum it can add up to, if it's 5 through 9, which is 35. And the maximum this can be is 9. So these all together add up to a maximum of 60, 74 plus 9 is 83. 83, right? 18 plus 5 is 23, 2 plus 3 plus 3 is 8. These 4 times x, if x were 21, 4 times 21 would be 84. Therefore 21 is impossible. Okay, that was a sensible way to approach this. So the absolute maximum it can be is 22. And I'm going to take a guess it is exactly 22. That feels very likely. How do I know that? There's no 4 cell cages? Truly? Okay. Suppose this is exactly 22, then this is 1. I will point out that was a considerably faster way to prove that higher than 22 is impossible. Wait, what? Hang on. No, I have messed up entirely. Okay. 21 and higher is impossible. Therefore, the highest it can be is 20. Right, there we go. The highest it can be is 20, making this 40, making this a minimum of 5. This must be odd because these sum to 2x. If this is 20, it's 5. If it's 19, that's 7. If it's 18, that's 36, making that 9. So the sum is either 20, 19, or 18. Let's suppose for a moment that it is 18, making this 9, making these 4 sum to 9, which is impossible. Okay, so we've determined definitively that the sum is either 20 or 19. I still contend 19 is unlikely. If it's 19, this is 7. This adds up to 12. Plausible. If it's 20, this is 5. This adds up to 15, 20, 12. 19. Yeah, we should be able to deduce this digit, surely. If it's 19, this is 38 plus this, which is at most 9, making this whole region 9 plus 38 is 47. Subtract the 45, meaning these two sum to 2. Impossible. Therefore, it is in fact 20. And we have our first digit. This adds up to a maximum of 20 plus 20 plus 9. That's 49. Meaning that this is 3 or 4. And this is 8 or 9, which provides quite the constraint with this. So the 3-cell cage contains no 1 or 2. So there's a 1 or 2 in this set. And there's a 1 and 2 here. Suppose this is a 9. What can we say about 3 cells that add up to 20 without using a 9? Well, they definitely have an 8. 8, 7, 5? Yes. So if this is a 9, this has an 8. If this has an 8, this has a 9. Either way, there's no 8 or 9 here, meaning this is an 8 or 9. Suppose this is, well, okay, if this is a 9, this is 8, 7, 5. 8, 7, 5. 9, 8, oh, well, also there's a 5 here. That's slightly impossible. All right. This is an 8. This has a 9. 2 digits that add up to 11 without using a 5, 8, or 9. That must be 4, 7. And then we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no 1 or 2 there. 3, 6. That's not happening. 5, 6, 11 with a 9. All right. It does feel like things are picking up. And just to have some color in the grid, I think I'm going to put those in a nice cyan. And then these can all be peach. Yeah, that's fine. This is a 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. Does that add up to 20? 14, 6, yes, that adds up to 20. Could this be 1, 2 pair? This is a 3. I think that seems believable. This does not have any 9s, therefore it has an 8. It must be 8, 7, 5, as we discussed. Right? Any 20-cell cage that does not have a 9 must have an 8. The remaining 2 digits add up to 12. It must be 7, 5. So this is certainly not 8, 7, 5. If this were 8, 7, 5, it would be 5 and then 7, 8. That looks believable. And if it's not 8, 7, 5, then that's the 9. 9 and 2 digits that add up to 11 without using a 5 or a 9. Could be a 4 and a 7, or it could be a 3 and an 8. Yeah, so I think 5 then here must be impossible, because 5 means this is 7, 8. 5, 7, 8, 7, 8. This has no 7 or 8. Therefore, with no 7, 8, or 5, it doesn't work. Right. I'm just using the same reasoning we used originally to deduce that this could not be 21, except for now, instead of saying we have a 9 here, I suppose I had a 5 here. 9 minus 5 is 4, so the fact that we are 1 less than 21 across 4 cages means that the same reasoning works perfectly. So that's an easy way without filling out any of these digits to see this cannot be a 5. Maybe not easy. Effective. 9, so this could be 8, 3. This could be 7, 4. Either way, it has an 8 or a 7. 8, 3, 7, 4. And similarly, this is 8, 7, 3, 4 with a 9. And then these have to be different choices of pairs of digits add up to 11. So one of them has an 8 and one of them has a 7. And if this one has an 8, this is 8, 7. So then this will be, so this cannot be a 7, 8. Because if this is a 7 or 8, here's a 7 or 8, that's too many 7s or 8s in the column. And then I think this must be 1 through 4. And this must be 1, 2, 6. Right. And this is 1 through 4. Huh. There's a 3 here. A 5 cell cage adding up to 20. There's a lot of ways you can do it. You can have a 9 in that cage. As evidenced here. Can you have both a 9 and a 7? A 9 and a 7 adds up to 16. And the remaining 3 digits add to 4. Impossible. So these 9 and the 7s are in 9 and 7 are a different cage. Can you have a 9 and a 6? Impossible again. Therefore, the 6 and 7 share a cage. 6 and 7 share a cage, add up to 13. The other 3 digits are 1, 2, and 4. And then here we have 9 and 5 in a cage together, add up to 14. The other 2 digits are 1, 2, and 3. So these are fairly constrained. One of these has 1, 2, 3. One of these has 1, 2, 4. That shows where the 4 goes. No 1 or 2 here. Does that help us? So what are the least these digits could be? They could be 3, 4, 6. Adding up to 13. Adding up to 18. So this is 2 or 1, and this is 3, 4, or 6. 3, 4, 6 or 3, 4, 7. Definitely containing a 3 or 4. 3, 4, 6, 3, 4, 7. So these are higher than 1 through 4. Maybe is this cage useful? I don't see how. This is here, here. Am I missing something? No. This must be one of these digits. And it can't be 1 through 4 because it sees all of these. So this is 5, 7, 8, or 9. That does not seem helpful. This is one of those digits. Can it be 1 or 2? If it's 1 or 2, this is high, feels like it should be significant. Especially since these have to be somewhat high. Let's just put in the lowest values they can be, 3, 4, 5. So this could be 3, 4, 5, 6, which adds up to 18. Leaving this with 1 or 2. 6 or 7. Did I say one of these had to be 6 or 7? Surely, yes. It's a 3, 4, 6, 7 quadruple. Seven goes with 4. Here, 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 here. That's what I said before. Not too useful. This has to be 1 through 4. It can't be 1, 2, or 4, so it's a 3. And then this must be the 6. That feels alright. 9. So these add up to 11. This can't be a 9. If this were 7, these add up to 4, 5. So 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 14. Meaning these add up to 6. I think that makes this a 6. Let's double check in a minute. Yes. Yeah, that still came all right. Okay. And then one of these is a 1. Now, what do we say? 5 plus 2 is 7. These must add up to 13. We have a 3, a 4, and a 6. This is the 9. Then the 7 cage has to go with the 6. So one of these is a 6, and one of these is a 5. 9 plus 5 is 14, remaining a 6. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 9. And then this must be 6, 7, and 4. With no 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. Yeah. Do we have anything here? Maybe. Ah, where's the 5? 5 goes here or here. Ooh. Maybe? Maybe we should look at this cage. So these 3 add up to 12. could be. Wait, what? These three add up to 12. There's no 2. There's no 1. 3, 4, 5? Must be. They're not having an 8 or a 9, that's for sure. So the 8 or 9 have to go there. Five cell cage with no 9. Perfectly reasonable. Looks like our next stop is over here. I'm scanning around the rest of the grid for any sensible deductions waiting. I don't see them, so I think we do have to work on here. If this does not have a 9, it is a 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8, that is fine. It can't be 4, 7, 9 because of this. If it's 9, 3, 8, this is the 3. And this is 9, 8. Which is fine. I leave a 7. It's a 9, 5, 6. 6 is here, 9, 5 is here. 7 and 8. Feels like there's quite a few possibilities. Well, how about here? This is 29. What remains is 16 without the use of a 9 or a 5. How do we add up to 16 without the use of a 9? It must have... It doesn't have to have an 8. It has to have an 8 or a 7. 16. Without the use of a 9. If it has neither 9 nor 8, then it has a 7, then it's 7, 6, 3. Yeah. If it has an 8, then it could be 8, 2, 6, or 8, 1, 7. Okay, so there's a bunch of ways to add 3 cells up to 16 without using a 9. Or a 5. This digit is one of those. Where does the next deduction lie? These two are equal. this digit must be here, here. This cannot be an 8. One of those is an 8. Therefore, one of these is an 8. Okay. Suppose this is an 8. These 4 digits add up to 25. They contain both an 8 and a 9, which is 17. So the remaining 2 digits add up to 8. Could be 5, 3, could be 6, 2, could be 1, 1, 7. No, can't be 1, 7. Could be 2, 6. Or 3, or 3, 5. Okay. Do I know information about this cell? Can't be 1 or 2 or 3. It's 4, 5, or 6. 8 plus 9. 8 plus 9 is 17. I need 8 left over. So there's 3, 5, or 2, 6. This is a 2. This is a 2. 1. 3 or 9. Yeah. If one of these is a 7, it follows that this is an 8. 7 plus 9 is 16. These have to add up to 9. This would be 6, 3. So if this is a 7, if one of these is a 7, and one of these is a 9, it follows we have a 6 and then a 3 and an 8 and then the other digits. Six, 3, 6, 6. Ah, this cannot be a 6, can it? Therefore, these cannot have a 7. Therefore, these have a 7. That feels like trying to draw blood from stone, and equally useful. Now that makes it very challenging for this to be a 9. So this is a 9, this is an 8, this is a 6, this is a 7, we already have 21. This must be 6 or 8. Oh. I've been staring at this? Huh? That makes it, that's a much easier way to deduce this can't be a 9. 6, 7, 6, 8. We have 1, 1, 2, 6, 8. 1, 2, 6, 8. This is not 8. This is not 1. One of these is a 3. Now, okay, if this is 8, 9, so it'd be 8, 9, 3, 5. 8, 9, 3, 5. All totally fine. Also, we know 5 is here. So that's the more likely, I suspect. So if this is a 6, 9, adding to 15, we need another 10. 6, 9, 4, and then we need another 6. That's quite impossible, right? Let's reason this out. If this is a 6, then this is an 8. This is adding up to 12 with 4 digits, must have a 1 and a 2. And then the other 2 digits to make 9 would be 3 and 6, which is not possible because that's this, or 4, 5, which is not possible because this is 4, 5. Therefore, this cannot be 6. Now, 8, 9, and as we said before, the other 2 digits have to add up to 8, so they can't include a 4. And they must be like so. 8, 9, 4, 6, 7. 4, 7. 1, 2, 4, 7. No 7, no 1. Surely this adds up correctly. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yes. 1, 1, we have here 1, 2, 6, 7 in some order. Okay, this cannot be 4, 7, 9 because of this. This cannot be, this could be 5, 7, 8 if this is 5, 8. Oh, well certainly we know the 5 is here. Now these two add up to 15, making this 8 or 9. Hang on a second. We can make better deductions than that. There we go. Five, 5, 1, 7, 2, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. Then I think we're just left with this little corner here. So as before, this is 20, 29, meaning this is 16. If it could be 6, 7, 3, which in fact feels quite likely. I said 16. If it's a 1, 6, 9, no, 1, 7, 8. No, these can't be 3. What do we know about this? No 1. could be a 2. No 3. Could be 4. No 5. Could be a 6. No 7 or 8. Okay. Not hugely useful. So well, we said this could be 1, 7, 8. This could be 6, 7, 3. Two, 6, 8. Well, this can't be 2, 6. 2, 7. 9. 2, 7, 7. No. So this can't be 2. Were this a 2, this would be a 6, this would be a 7. So that up to 9. We'd need this to be a 7 as well. Okay. That feels like a meager deduction, but it is a deduction. So possibilities we're looking at 6, 7 pair with a 3. Making this 2, 1, 1, 7. And it looks plausible the rest of the way. Okay. Or this could be 1, 7, 8. 1, 7, 8. 8 to go with the 7. 1, 1, 7, again, plausible. One of these is a 1. One of these is a 1. Ah, that feels very powerful. Four, 7. Surely we have more here. No, I don't see it. 1, 2, 1, 2, that checks out. 2, 3, 8, okay. But did we get anything from this 6? We learned this isn't a 6. I suspect we knew that already. If this were a 7, this would be 6, 1. This would be a 9. Okay. So we could have deduced that already. Ah, 2, 1. Uh-huh. 6, 7, 13, making that a 3. And therefore, no 6, and this is an 8. 9, 6. Does that add up? 15, 20? Yep, yep, yep. And it should be routine from here. I say that as I immediately get stuck. Three, 6, and then 4, 2. Ah, that was fun. I do like these killer cage Sudokus. This one offered quite the challenge, really.